Listen to me closely, because if you're hearing this before November 15th, it's not an accident. You didn't stumble on this message by chance. This is divine timing. This is alignment. This is your moment. Something powerful is shifting in your life right now. You see, most people drift through the days not realizing that time isn't just ticking, it's testing. Every day, life whispers opportunities, and only those who are awake catch the signal. So if you're here, if your eyes are on this message before November 15th, it means the next season of your life is being prepared. Not next year, not someday, now. Before every breakthrough, there's always a moment of preparation, a moment where life shakes you, stretches you, and demands more from you than you thought you had to give. Maybe you've been facing closed doors. Maybe you've been fighting battles no one knows about. Maybe you've been feeling like something big is coming, but you can't quite see it yet. Let me tell you something. That feeling you have, that's confirmation. That's the sound of destiny knocking. The next few days are not ordinary days. These are divine days. The air around you is charged with possibility. The ideas you've been sitting on, the dreams you've been afraid to chase, the phone call you've been delaying, the application you haven't submitted, this is your moment to move. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Act now. Before November 15th, make a decision that your future self will thank you for. Because if you take even one bold step right now, just one, you'll set off a chain reaction that changes everything. The universe responds to boldness. God rewards movement. Nothing changes if you don't. Listen, I know what it's like to doubt, to wonder, is it really my time? You've been waiting for a sign. This is it. You've been praying for a word. This is it. You've been asking for confirmation. Here it is staring you in the face. There's a reason this message found you before November 15th. It's because the next chapter of your life is about to open. The pieces are coming together. The people you need are being aligned. The opportunities you've dreamed of are being scheduled. What felt delayed is about to arrive right on time. But here's the key. Don't play small. Don't shrink back. Don't let fear, comfort, or procrastination steal your blessing. The window is open now. You have to walk through it. That business idea, start it. That message you've been afraid to send it. That project you keep putting off, launch it. You're not waiting for the perfect moment. The moment becomes perfect when you decide to move. And listen, when you take that step, when you dare to act before November 15th, something inside you will ignite. You'll feel your energy shift. You'll feel momentum return. You'll stop surviving and start creating. You'll stop asking when and start saying now. There are people you haven't met yet who are waiting for you to show up. There are blessings assigned to your name that can't reach you until you step out in faith. This is not the time to hesitate. This is not the time to play it safe. This is the time to claim it. I want you to imagine for a second, it's November 16th. You wake up, look back at this moment, and realize you did it. You took the leap, you made the call, you said yes. You feel stronger, more alive, more confident because you finally listened to that voice inside that said, move. That's what's at stake right now. Your next level, your freedom, your peace, your purpose. Everything you've been believing for is waiting just beyond your comfort zone. You've got less than a week to shift gears, to raise your standard, to take control of your destiny. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for perfect conditions. You are the condition. You are the signal. You are the sign. So congratulations. Yes, congratulations. Because if you're hearing this before November 15th, you are marked for something bigger. You've been chosen for a turnaround. The waiting season is ending. The activation season has begun. Your breakthrough is not coming next year. It's starting now. Now breathe that in. Feel it in your chest. This is your moment. The next few days are not random. They are sacred. Treat them like a countdown to transformation. Because when the clock strikes November 15th, I don't want you just watching the calendar. I want you celebrating progress. So rise up, shake off the doubt, get clear, get bold, get moving. You've got this. And the universe, heaven, and every unseen force of good has got you. Congratulations. If you saw this before November 15th, you're about to witness what happens when timing, faith, and bold action collide. You didn't find this message by accident. You didn't just scroll and happen to stop here. You didn't just randomly open this up. No, something greater guided you to it. This moment is not coincidence. It's confirmation. There are moments in life that feel ordinary on the surface, But deep down, something in your spirit knows this isn't random. Something is moving, something is aligning, something is shifting in the unseen. Divine timing is at work, and it's calling your name. Every time you've felt like giving up, every time you've wondered if your prayers were being heard, every time you thought the delay meant denial, this is your reminder that divine timing is never late. It may not show up when you want it, but it always shows up when it's meant to. The path you've been walking, with all its detours and delays, wasn't wasted. Every step, every setback, every silent season has been leading you right here to this moment. The very fact that you're seeing this before November 15th means that the alignment is happening. What you've been waiting for is moving toward you, and what's been blocking you is being cleared out of your way. You see, when divine timing is in motion, things start to feel different. You may notice the same patterns breaking. You may feel people distancing who aren't part of the next season. You may feel uncomfortable in places that once felt normal. That's not loss, it's positioning. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, begins to shift everything around you to prepare you for what's next. The discomfort isn't punishment, it's preparation. You can't carry the old version of yourself into the next chapter. You can't keep the same habits, the same fears, the same limiting beliefs. Divine timing requires a new version of you, one that's ready to receive what's been prepared. There's a rhythm to divine timing. It's not random, it's orchestrated. Think about a symphony. Every instrument comes in at the perfect moment, not before, not after. If the drums started early or the strings came in too late, it would sound chaotic. But when each sound enters exactly when it's meant to, the result is powerful, breathtaking, aligned. That's your life right now. The timing of every event, every connection, every opportunity, every challenge, it's all part of a divine arrangement. You might not understand why something didn't work out, but one day you'll look back and realize it was because something better was being lined up. You'll see that every closed door wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You'll see that what you thought was the end was actually the beginning of something greater. Divine timing doesn't move on your schedule, it moves according to purpose. And when your life aligns with purpose, things accelerate. You start meeting the right people, walking into the right rooms, attracting the right opportunities. It feels like everything is falling into place, but the truth is it's not falling, it's fitting. Everything is fitting exactly where it's supposed to be. But for that to happen, you have to stop fighting the flow. You have to stop comparing your timeline to others. You have to stop doubting your own process. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for your destiny. The comparison that's been robbing your peace, it's just noise. Because divine timing doesn't copy, it creates. Your story won't look like anyone else's because your purpose isn't supposed to. When you learn to trust divine timing, peace replaces pressure. You stop forcing what's not meant for you, and you start flowing with what is. The anxiety fades because you realize what's meant for you cannot miss you. What's destined for you won't pass you by. And if something left, if something ended, if someone walked away, it's because the timing of their role in your life was complete. You can't hold on to what was and still step into what's next. Divine timing is always calling you forward. And here's the truth. Sometimes divine timing looks like silence. It looks like waiting. It looks like nothing's happening. But that's the illusion, because behind the scenes, things are moving. Doors are being built. People are being positioned. Opportunities are being crafted in your favor. You're not being delayed, you're being prepared. The silence is not rejection, it's construction. Your blessing is under construction. And when the time is right, when the foundation is ready, it will be released. Not a second before, not a moment too late. So if you're seeing this before November 15th, you're standing in a portal of alignment. These aren't just days passing by on a calendar, these are divine days. Something about this window is significant. You're being prompted to tune in, to listen, to notice, to act when you feel the nudge. This isn't the time to doubt your instincts, it's the time to trust them. Divine timing will always speak through intuition. That small voice that says, go here, call them, try again, start now. That's not random, that's direction. That's divine guidance showing you where the next opportunity is waiting. And you'll know it's divine timing when peace follows the decision. Even if it's scary, even if it's uncertain, even if it stretches you, there will be a quiet knowing inside you that says, this is it. That inner confirmation is everything. When you honor it, you align faster. When you ignore it, you delay what's already yours. So trust it, lean into it. You are not behind schedule. You are right where you need to be, seeing exactly what you need to see at the exact moment you were meant to see it. Divine timing never misses. Right now, life is giving you signals. It's showing you what's over and what's about to begin. Don't resist the changes that are happening. They're happening for you, not to you. The endings you're experiencing are not failures, they're transitions. The space that's being cleared in your life is making room for what's coming. Don't rush the process. The same way a seed must stay hidden underground before it breaks through the surface, your breakthrough is developing in the dark. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not growing. Divine timing will test your patience, it will stretch your faith, it will push you to surrender control, but it will also deliver results beyond anything you could have planned. Because when it finally happens, it will make sense why it couldn't have happened any earlier. You'll see that everything had to align perfectly. The people, the timing, the lessons, the maturity, the mindset. You'll see that what seemed like delay was actually divine coordination. And all along, it was working for your good. So when things feel uncertain, when timing doesn't make sense, remind yourself, this is divine alignment unfolding. The waiting, the stillness, the setbacks, they're not stopping you, they're setting you up. The very fact that you're here, hearing this, in this exact moment, before November 15th, means the clock of heaven has struck alignment. The atmosphere around your destiny is shifting. What's been blocked is about to open, what's been stagnant is about to move, and what's been uncertain is about to be made clear. This isn't random. This is your signal that divine timing has found you. Before November 15th, the power of action becomes more important than ever. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality, between intention and achievement, between hope and fulfillment. Most people wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect alignment, the perfect timing, but the truth is perfection is an illusion. If you wait for every piece to fall into place, you will spend your life waiting and watching while your dreams pass you by. The moment you decide to act, even imperfectly, is the moment momentum begins. That single step, that one decision to move forward, is the trigger that changes everything. It might feel small, insignificant, even risky, but small actions compounded over time lead to monumental results. The universe rewards movement. God rewards courage. Opportunity only meets preparation when preparation takes action. Right now, you are standing at the edge of possibility. You've been hesitating, wondering if the time is right, questioning whether it's worth it, doubting if it will work. That hesitation is natural, but hesitation is also the enemy of progress. Every day that passes without action is a day that your dreams wait without you. What you do in the next days, before November 15th, can determine the trajectory of your life for years to come. It's not about taking huge leaps if you're not ready. It's about taking the next step, the step you know is yours to take. One bold decision can create a ripple effect that changes your relationships, your finances, your health, and your sense of purpose. That one call, that one email, that one application, that one commitment, anything you have been putting off is more powerful than you realize. Action requires clarity. You cannot act without knowing what you want and why you want it. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to recognize the next step. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they lack clarity. They take random steps and hope something works. But when you act with purpose, every step has impact. Before November 15th, you need to decide what matters most, what aligns with your destiny, and what will move the needle in your life. Once you identify that, action becomes simple. You know where to put your energy, your focus, and your commitment. Clarity is not just understanding what you want, it's understanding what's worth acting on and what's worth letting go of. Fear is the biggest barrier to action. Fear whispers lies. Wait, not now. You're not ready. You might fail. But fear is not your enemy, it's your guide. Fear shows you where growth is waiting. Fear indicates the edge of your comfort zone. The moment you feel fear and still move forward, that's the exact moment your life begins to expand. Action and fear are inseparable. True courage is acting in spite of fear. Before November 15th, confront the fear that has been holding you back. Make a list of every opportunity you've delayed because of what ifs and take one of those steps today. You don't need to complete the journey in one day. You only need to begin. Beginning is everything. Momentum is created by repeated action. One step leads to another. One decision leads to another. When you act consistently, doors begin to open, people notice, opportunities appear, ideas take shape. Before November 15th, commit to a rhythm of action, even if it's small. A single productive hour per day focused on your goals compounds into weeks, months, and years of progress. Waiting for perfect motivation is a trap. Motivation is fleeting, action is permanent. The people who achieve the most are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who do day after day, even when they don't feel like it. Action requires discipline. You might feel like you're ready for a breakthrough, but readiness alone is not enough. You must prepare, plan, and persist. Discipline turns intention into habit and habit into results. Before November 15th, evaluate how disciplined you've been with your goals. Are you showing up for yourself? Are you following through on the commitments that matter? Or have you been inconsistent, waiting for life to push you forward? Action without discipline is chaotic, but disciplined action, even small, creates unstoppable momentum. Risk is part of action. There's no achievement without risk, no progress without uncertainty, no growth without discomfort. Many people fail to act because they overanalyze, overthink, and overprepare. But the truth is, some of life's greatest opportunities are visible only at the edge of discomfort. Before November 15th, identify one area where you've been playing it safe. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I try? And then act anyway. You'll find that the fear was bigger than reality and that the reward for action is far greater than the cost of inaction. Timing alone is never enough. You can wait for the perfect moment all your life and never move. Action creates timing, action generates opportunity, action aligns circumstances. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you will miss the moment that is meant for you. Before November 15th, understand that the perfect time is a myth. You create the perfect time by taking the next step. Even if it's imperfect, even if it's messy, even if it scares you, you create the conditions for breakthrough by moving forward. Action builds confidence. Many people wait to feel ready, to feel confident, to feel strong enough, but confidence doesn't come before action, it comes through action. Each step you take proves to yourself that you can handle more, that you can achieve more, that you are capable of more. Before November 15th, take one step that challenges your self-doubt. Every action you take shatters the illusion that you're not ready and reinforces the truth that you are capable of handling what comes next. Confidence is the natural byproduct of doing, not thinking. Action inspires others. When you move, you create a ripple. Your courage motivates someone else to move. Your consistency encourages others to persist. Your success shows what's possible. Before November 15th, recognize that your actions don't only impact your life, they influence the people around you. Every decision to show up, to try, to start, and to persist is creating waves that extend far beyond you. The energy you release by acting inspires others to act, creating a momentum of transformation in your environment. Action is also about resilience. You may act and fail. You may act and face resistance. You may act and feel like nothing changes. But action is never wasted. Every attempt, every effort, every risk taken is part of the process. Before November 15th, commit to action even if the outcome is uncertain. Each move builds strength, each step builds wisdom, each attempt creates the foundation for the next victory. Those who persist through action, even in the face of setbacks, are the ones who ultimately win. Action requires faith. You must believe that your efforts matter, even when results are not immediately visible. Faith is the fuel for action, because sometimes you have to step into the unknown with nothing but belief. Before November 15th, make a decision to act on faith. Take a step that your future self will thank you for, even if the present seems unclear. Faith and action together create miracles. Action without faith is aimless, and faith without action is dormant. The combination is unstoppable. The power of action is immediate. You don't need to wait for anyone to approve you, for circumstances to align, or for luck to appear. You have everything you need within you to take the next step. Before November 15th, identify what's within your control and act on it relentlessly. Stop waiting for change to happen outside of you. Create it from within. Your destiny responds to the energy you put into action, not to your excuses, not to your fears, not to your doubts. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. It may already be on its way, but it cannot reach you until you move. Action opens the doors, lights the path, and clears the obstacles. Before November 15th, take that one step that has been lingering in your mind. Make the call, write the email, start the project, pitch the idea, or take the risk. Every great accomplishment in history started with a single action, often taken when no one else believed it was possible. The momentum from that one action will carry you forward in ways you cannot yet imagine. Action is not optional if you want change. Waiting, doubting, hesitating, and hoping will not create the life you desire. Before November 15th, decide that you are done waiting. Decide that your dreams matter more than your fears. Decide that you are going to act in spite of uncertainty, in spite of obstacles, and in spite of doubt. Action is the catalyst that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Every great life is the product of repeated, committed, and courageous action. When you understand the power of action, you begin to see opportunity everywhere. You stop looking for guarantees. You stop fearing mistakes. You stop asking what if and start asking why not. Before November 15th, embrace this mindset. Recognize that the time to act is now. Recognize that the future belongs to those who take bold steps today. Recognize that action is not just a task, it is a declaration that you are serious about your life, your purpose, and your destiny. Faith over fear is the single most powerful force that can shift your life before November 15th. Fear is a natural response. It shows up when you are stepping into unknown territory, when you are approaching a breakthrough, when you are on the verge of something extraordinary. But here's the truth. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signal that you are about to grow, that you are about to stretch, that you are about to rise. Every great person in history has felt fear, but what sets them apart is that they acted in spite of it. Fear is an invitation to courage. It is the doorway to your next level. The moment you step forward while fear is present, you are already winning. Fear cannot coexist with faith. When you choose faith over fear, the impossible starts to become inevitable. Before November 15th, understand that fear will attempt to stop you at every turn. It will whisper doubts into your mind. You're not ready. You can't do this. You might fail. What if it doesn't work out? These thoughts are normal, but they are not commands. They are challenges to overcome. You have a choice. Let fear control you or let faith guide you. Faith is the internal compass that tells you, yes, you can, yes, you are capable, yes, this is your moment. Faith does not remove fear. It empowers you to move forward in spite of it. Faith grows when you take action. Sitting and waiting for fear to disappear is a trap. It will never fully disappear. You build faith by making decisions, taking risks, and proving to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. Before November 15th, commit to one act that requires faith. Pick the thing that makes your stomach twist, the idea you've been afraid to pursue, the conversation you've been putting off. Step into it. You may feel nervous, you may feel unsure, but every act of faith strengthens the muscles of courage inside you. Faith is not passive, it is active. It requires movement, it requires commitment. It requires action, even when the outcome is uncertain. Fear often disguises itself as logic or caution. It will convince you that staying where you are is safe. It will tell you that avoiding risk protects you. But safety is an illusion. Staying in your comfort zone does not protect you, it limits you. Growth does not come from safety. Growth comes from stretching beyond what is familiar. Before November 15th, identify the areas in your life where fear has been holding you back. Is it your career, your relationships, your personal goals, your health? Whatever it is, recognize that fear is only a barrier if you allow it to be. Faith, on the other hand, is the fuel that propels you forward. Faith is not blind belief. It is the understanding that what you cannot yet see is already working for you. When you trust that there is a plan, that there is purpose, and that the universe or God is orchestrating circumstances in your favor, fear loses its power. Before November 15th, choose to trust the unseen. Choose to believe that every delay, every challenge, every setback has a reason. The road may be difficult, the path may be uncertain, but faith gives you the confidence to keep moving even when clarity is not yet visible. Courage is the manifestation of faith over fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. Every time you take a step forward when you are afraid, you are rewiring your brain, you are strengthening your spirit, you are training yourself to overcome obstacles. Before November 15th, practice courage in small and big ways. Speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Take a risk that could change your life. Step into an opportunity that scares you. Courage creates momentum. Momentum breeds confidence. Confidence fuels further action. Faith over fear is a cycle that compounds, and once it begins, it can carry you to places you never imagined. Fear thrives in isolation. When you face challenges alone, it can feel overwhelming, consuming, and paralyzing. But faith connects you to something greater than yourself. It connects you to a purpose, to a vision, to a higher power, to the energy that moves mountains. Before November 15th, surround yourself with reminders of faith. Read stories of people who overcame incredible odds. Listen to messages that inspire and motivate you. Connect with people who believe in you and in the possibilities before you. Faith is contagious, and it grows when it is nurtured by the right environment. Faith over fear requires persistence. Fear will not disappear after one act of courage. Fear will return, it will challenge you, it will test your limits, but each time you act in faith, fear becomes less powerful, less convincing, less controlling. Before November 15th, decide that persistence will be your strategy. Each day, take deliberate steps toward your goals. Each day, reaffirm your belief in what's possible. Each day, confront fear and move forward. Persistence in faith builds resilience, and resilience guarantees that you will not be stopped by temporary setbacks. Fear can also be a teacher. It can reveal what matters most to you. It can illuminate where you need to grow, where your priorities lie, and where your potential is waiting to be realized. Before November 15th, examine your fears closely. What are they telling you about yourself? What areas of your life have you been avoiding because of fear? Understanding your fear allows you to transform it into fuel for action. When you face it head on, fear loses its grip and becomes a motivator instead of a limiter. Faith opens doors that fear closes. When you act in faith, opportunities appear that you could not have predicted. People show up, circumstances align, solutions emerge. Before November 15th, make a list of the opportunities you've been waiting for. Identify the doors you want to open. Then act with faith, knowing that the universe responds to bold, decisive action. What seems impossible today can become your reality tomorrow when faith guides your steps. Faith over fear also requires patience. Not every result is immediate. Not every opportunity will materialize overnight. But the combination of persistent action and unwavering belief guarantees forward motion. Before November 15th, embrace patience as part of your faith practice. Know that your effort is not wasted, that every small step compounds, and that the results you desire are being prepared even if they have not yet appeared. Patience allows faith to mature and fear to lose control. The most successful people are not those who never felt fear, but those who refuse to be paralyzed by it. They learned to use fear as a compass, not a cage. They understood that every great achievement requires stepping into discomfort, confronting uncertainty, and trusting that the outcome will serve their highest purpose. Before November 15th, commit to using fear as a guide. Let it point you to areas where you need to grow. Let it show you where your courage is required. Let it propel you into action fueled by faith. Faith over fear is a daily practice. It is not a one-time decision. It is a habit, a lifestyle, a mindset. Each morning, you choose whether you will let fear dictate your actions or faith guide your steps. Before November 15th, take ownership of your choices. Decide that faith will be the driver of your decisions. Decide that fear will not have the final say. Decide that you will move forward no matter how uncertain the path may seem. This is how breakthroughs happen. This is how lives transform. Faith is the engine that powers dreams into reality. Without faith, action is aimless, energy is wasted, and opportunity slips away. With faith, action becomes intentional, energy is amplified, and doors open in ways you never imagined. Before November 15th, recognize that the measure of your life will not be determined by the absence of fear, but by the strength of your faith. Step into your purpose, step into your destiny, step forward, even when fear whispers stop, because faith always whispers louder, go. Before November 15th, remember that faith over fear is not about being reckless, it's about being courageous. It's about trusting in your ability to navigate the unknown, believing in your potential, and acting on the certainty that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. When you choose faith over fear consistently, you become unstoppable. You begin to move through life with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every obstacle becomes a lesson, and every fear becomes fuel. Faith over fear is transformative. It reshapes your mindset, it changes your actions, it redirects your energy, and it redefines what is possible. Before November 15th, make the conscious decision to let faith lead in all areas of your life. Let it influence your decisions, your relationships, your career, your goals, and your vision. The courage you build now will set the tone for the rest of your life. The next level of your life is waiting for you to claim it, and before November 15th, destiny activation is not a concept, it's a reality. Every person has a season where things shift dramatically, a moment when preparation meets opportunity, when the alignment of circumstances opens doors that were previously closed. This is your moment. The universe, God, and every unseen force of good are working to position you exactly where you need to be. Activation means that everything you've been building, everything you've been dreaming, everything you've been believing for is being put into motion. It's the process of turning potential into power, vision into reality, and prayer into tangible results. Destiny activation starts with clarity. You cannot activate what you cannot see. You must know what your purpose is, what your goals are, and what your next step looks like. Before November 15th, take time to reflect on your life's direction. What are the things that matter most to you? What is the vision that excites your soul? What is the calling that you cannot ignore? The voice inside that says, this is your time. The clearer you are about your destination, the easier it becomes to recognize the path and take action. Activation is not about random movement. It is about purposeful action. Every choice, every step, every decision must align with a life you are meant to live. Preparation is an essential part of activation. Destiny is not accidental. It is cultivated through consistent effort, learning, and growth. The skills you have been developing, the lessons you've been learning, and even the hardships you have endured are all part of the preparation process. Before November 15th, take stock of your readiness. What knowledge have you acquired? What strengths have you built? What weaknesses have you worked on? Activation requires that you show up as the person capable of receiving the next level. You cannot operate at a higher level with old habits, old mindsets, or old limitations. Preparation is what turns opportunity into success. Activation also requires courage. To step into your destiny, you must leave behind what is familiar and comfortable. You must be willing to take risks, face uncertainty, and move forward even when you cannot see the entire path. Before November 15th, identify the area of your life where fear has been keeping you stagnant, whether it is a relationship, a business decision, a creative project, or a personal goal. The moment you choose courage over comfort, you open the door to destiny. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in the presence of fear. Every time you act courageously, you increase your capacity to handle greater challenges and receive greater blessings. Alignment is key in destiny activation. The people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, the events that occur are not random, they are aligned to your purpose. Before November 15th, pay attention to the connections in your life. Who is showing up for you? Who is moving away? What opportunities are presenting themselves? Sometimes alignment is subtle. It comes in the form of conversations, signs, or small doors that appear open. The moment you recognize alignment and act on it, you accelerate your journey. Destiny cannot be activated in isolation. It requires awareness and action in response to the opportunities and connections around you. Timing is a critical component. Destiny activation does not occur before you are ready, nor does it wait indefinitely. It happens precisely when the elements are in place and you are prepared to receive. Before November 15th, recognize that your timing is perfect. The delays, the setbacks, and the waiting periods have not been in vain. They were orchestrating your readiness. The moment you realize this, you begin to move with confidence instead of doubt. When you act in alignment with perfect timing, the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable begin to dissipate. Faith fuels destiny activation. You must believe in yourself, and in the process, even when the evidence is not fully visible, faith is the engine that drives action when fear would keep you still. Before November 15th, strengthen your belief that your purpose is attainable, your dreams are achievable, and your next level is ready for you. Faith is not passive, it is active. It requires you to make decisions, take steps, and commit to the process, trusting that the unseen forces are working on your behalf. Without faith, activation falters. With faith, it accelerates. Consistency is the backbone of activation. Destiny does not respond to sporadic effort or half-hearted attempts. It responds to disciplined, persistent, and focused action. Before November 15th, create a rhythm that supports your purpose. Take deliberate steps every day toward your goals. Each act compounds over time, building momentum that cannot be stopped. The key is not to overextend yourself in one moment, but to show up consistently, knowing that every small action contributes to the larger outcome. Consistency turns potential into reality and transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Awareness is essential. To activate destiny, you must recognize the opportunities that are being presented. Before November 15th, practice being present and attentive. Notice the ideas, people, and events that enter your life. Sometimes activation appears as a nudge, a sign, or an unexpected connection. The ability to perceive these moments and respond promptly is what separates those who move into their destiny from those who wait indefinitely. Awareness allows you to act decisively and leverage every advantage. Action is the final element. All the clarity, preparation, courage, alignment, timing, faith, consistency, and awareness culminate in action. Activation cannot happen without action. Before November 15th, identify the step you can take today that will propel you closer to your destiny. Action is not about perfection. It is about commitment. It is about showing up, doing the work, and moving forward even when the path is not fully clear. Every forward step generates energy, momentum, and results. Inaction, on the other hand, delays your destiny and diminishes your potential. Activation is transformative. It changes your mindset, your energy, your perception, and your impact on the world. Before November 15th, prepare yourself for the transformation that is about to occur. The old version of you cannot operate at the level of your new reality. Activation reshapes you to receive the opportunities, abundance, and fulfillment that are waiting. It challenges you to expand beyond your limitations and rise to your highest potential. Opportunities will amplify when you activate destiny. The people, resources, and circumstances you need will start to converge. Before November 15th, trust that what you are moving toward is already moving toward you. The alignment is real, and your readiness will determine how quickly and fully you step into the next level. Every act of courage, faith, and deliberate effort creates a resonance that attracts what belongs to you. The process of destiny activation is also about release. To step fully into your purpose, you must let go of what no longer serves you. Before November 15th, identify the habits, relationships, beliefs, and fears that are holding you back. Release them with intention. Letting go creates space for new energy, opportunities, and growth. You cannot receive what is coming if your hands are full of the past. Activation requires both forward movement and intentional release. Your impact increases as you activate destiny. When you step into your purpose, you not only elevate your own life, but you influence the lives of others. Before November 15th, recognize that your actions, courage, and faith create ripples beyond yourself. Every choice to rise, every decision to move forward, and every step into your destiny inspires, motivates, and encourages others to do the same. Activation is never just about you. It is about the contribution you are making to the world. Energy and focus are crucial. Destiny responds to attention. Before November 15th, examine where you are directing your energy. Are you investing it in things that build toward your purpose, or are you dispersing it on distractions and trivialities? Activation demands that you concentrate on what truly matters. The more aligned your energy and focus are with your goals, the faster and more effectively you will step into your next level. The moment before November 15th is sacred. It is an opportunity to accelerate, to claim, and to step into what has been prepared for you. Every thought, decision, and action matters. The universe responds to intentionality. Before November 15th, commit to being intentional in your choices. Commit to showing up fully for yourself, your purpose, and your destiny. The alignment, the preparation, the faith, the courage, and the focus all converge in this precise window of opportunity, creating a powerful moment for activation. The countdown to November 15th is not just a date on a calendar, it is a deadline for decision, a signal for action, and a call to rise into your full potential. The window of opportunity that exists right now is unlike any other, and the energy around this period is charged with possibility. If you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you have been searching for permission, you already have it. The next few days are sacred, not because of what happens on a clock, but because of what happens within you when you recognize that time is now and your moment is here. Life does not wait, and destiny does not pause for hesitation. The universe responds to clarity, to intention, and to those who decide to move forward decisively. Before November 15th, it is essential to recognize that your readiness determines how quickly and fully you step into the next level. Every lesson you have learned, every challenge you have faced, every setback you've endured has been orchestrating your preparation. There is no wasted moment in your journey. Even the moments you thought were failures were setting the stage for breakthroughs. The awareness of this timing, of this alignment, is a critical step towards seizing your destiny. To ignore it would be to delay your potential, and to act with clarity and conviction is to embrace the power of divine orchestration in your life. Preparation meets opportunity in this precise window. The work you have put in, the skills you have developed, the relationships you have nurtured, and even the struggles you have overcome are all components of a readiness that is invisible until action reveals it. Before November 15th, evaluate where you are and understand that the tools, wisdom, and experience you have accumulated are sufficient to step boldly into the next season. This is not the time to question your abilities or to wait for more confirmation. It is the time to trust the process and to act decisively. Confidence grows when action meets preparation, and every step you take now strengthens your position for what is to come. Fear will attempt to challenge you in this critical period. It will whisper doubts, highlight risks, and magnify the unknown. Fear thrives in moments of potential because it seeks to maintain comfort and resist growth. But before November 15th, it is crucial to recognize that fear is not a barrier, it is a guide. It shows you where courage is required, where your growth lies, and where your faith must prevail. To step forward despite fear is to activate the doors of possibility, to claim opportunities, and to assert your presence in a world that rewards decisiveness. The act of moving forward in spite of fear shifts your energy, your mindset, and your trajectory in ways that waiting never can. Faith over fear is not just an abstract principle, it is the engine that will carry you through this period. Trusting that unseen forces are aligning, that opportunities are converging, and that your actions are generating momentum even before results are visible is the cornerstone of progress. Before November 15th, reinforce your belief in yourself, in your purpose, and in the process. Every act of faith, no matter how small, compounds to create massive impact. Faith is active. It requires engagement, commitment, and the courage to move forward when certainty is absent. By choosing faith over fear, you align with the energy of success, attraction, and breakthrough. Action is the bridge between intention and manifestation. Without action, clarity, preparation, and faith remain dormant. Before November 15th, Identify the most critical next step in your life. It could be making a phone call, sending an email, submitting an application, beginning a project, or having a difficult conversation. Whatever it is, recognize that movement triggers momentum. The universe does not reward procrastination. It responds to energy, focus, and decisive action. Taking that step, even imperfectly, is more powerful than waiting for conditions to be ideal. Action transforms potential into results, ideas into realities, and vision into tangible outcomes. Consistency amplifies the power of your actions. One step creates movement, but repeated steps generate momentum that cannot be stopped. Before November 15th, commit to consistency in your effort. Daily, deliberate action compounds over time, producing results that appear exponential. The discipline to show up, to persist, and to continue despite challenges differentiates those who achieve extraordinary outcomes from those who remain stagnant. Consistency fuels progress, builds credibility, and cultivates resilience, all of which are essential for activating your next level. Alignment with the right people and opportunities is also critical in this period. Before November 15th, evaluate the relationships, resources, and environments you are investing in. Align yourself with those who support your growth, inspire you to act, and challenge you to elevate your standards. Opportunities will appear through connections, mentorship, collaboration, and synchronicities. Being aware, responsive, and proactive in recognizing these alignments allows you to step into situations that accelerate your progress. Destiny is often activated through relationships, but you must act to receive their benefit. Awareness and presence are keys to maximizing the power of this window. Before November 15th, practice observing the signals around you. Opportunities may not always arrive in grand gestures. They can appear as subtle nudges, ideas, insights, or unexpected circumstances. Those who succeed notice, interpret, and respond to these cues. Being present allows you to recognize opportunities, make informed decisions, and take advantage of circumstances that others overlook. Mindfulness in action ensures that you respond deliberately rather than react passively to life's unfolding events. Release is part of readiness. Before November 15th, identify what no longer serves your growth. Habits, beliefs, relationships, and patterns that limit your potential must be let go to create space for new energy. Activation cannot occur when your hands and mind are full of the past. By releasing what is not aligned with your purpose, you create an environment where new opportunities can enter fully. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a declaration of commitment to progress, clarity, and personal evolution. Resilience is required to navigate the final stretch toward activation. Challenges, doubts, and temporary setbacks are inevitable, but they are not permanent barriers. Before November 15th, strengthen your mindset to remain steadfast, adaptable, and solution-oriented. Resilience is built through facing obstacles, learning from experiences, and maintaining forward momentum. The ability to rise after setbacks, to adjust strategies, and to persevere with focus and determination ensures that activation continues uninterrupted and that momentum is maintained even in the face of adversity. Energy and focus must be deliberately managed. Before November 15th, identify where your attention is being directed. Are you investing your energy in what matters? Or are you dispersing it on distractions, doubts, or trivialities? Activation responds to concentrated energy and clear intention. By focusing on high-impact actions, you amplify results, accelerate progress, and maintain clarity of purpose. Energy alignment ensures that every effort produces maximum return and that your potential is fully realized. Impact expands as destiny is activated. Before November 15th, recognize that the steps you take do not only influence your life, they ripple outward, affecting those around you. Your actions inspire, motivate, and create possibilities for others. Activation is inherently transformative, not just for yourself, but for the environment, community, and network in which you operate. The courage, faith, and consistency you demonstrate encourage others to rise, creating momentum that extends beyond your individual journey. Patience complements action. Not all results will be immediate, and not every opportunity will yield instant outcomes. Before November 15th, Embrace the understanding that your consistent effort, faith, and preparation are aligning even if the visible results have not yet manifested. Timing, alignment, and readiness are converging to ensure that when outcomes do appear, they are sustainable and transformative. Patience allows faith to strengthen, resilience to solidify, and actions to compound in meaningful ways. Before November 15th, recognize the sacredness of this moment. Every choice, every step, every thought is magnified by the energy of opportunity, alignment, and preparation. Your presence, your focus, and your deliberate actions create a field of possibility that attracts success, abundance, and fulfillment. This is a period where momentum is gained not by chance, but by intentional action. It is a moment that demands clarity, courage, consistency, faith, and presence. This is the time to rise, the time to act, the time to claim the energy that has been prepared for you. Before November 15th, every decision matters, every act counts, and every step propels you forward. The combination of awareness, alignment, courage, and action will create a trajectory that cannot be stopped. The next level of your life is waiting, and it responds to those who are willing to engage, commit, and move forward decisively in this precise window.